Yes, a very good evening to all of you. This is Vya ma'am here. Are you able to listen to me? Is the video also clear there? Let me know by writing on the chat box here. There is only one student seems like that here. Anybody else there? Please kindly respond. Audio wise and video wise, are the things working properly at your end? Let me know. Mahi fashion designer. Gitika is there, right? I think now everything is fine, audio and video wise. Right. So a very good evening to all of you, and I welcome you to this gift classes over here. And I hope you know my name. I am Divya ma'am here, and I'll be teaching you chemistry. Yeah, some people are there. Gitika is there. Srinivas is there. Achha, all of you are CBSE or ICSE students. Your board exams got over, I guess, right? How many days it happened that you have finished your board examination there? For CBSE people, I think recently only, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Five days. Sanjana, you are a CBSE student or ICSE board, beta? Anjali, Gokul. 5 days, na? Only 5 days has happened that you people have finished your examination. Then it seems like you people are too sincere to study then. For ICSE today only. Okay, no issues, 6 days. See, 5 to 6 days, if at all you are getting gap, I think that should be sufficient enough. And anyhow, we'll be studying some lighter stuff which will be more interesting. So it's always better to gain knowledge. Otherwise, you know that if your brain is not working, then you'll be thinking if your brain is not engaged, then you'll be thinking some or the other thing which will be wrong only. So it's better to keep your mind engaged. CBSE, okay, Sabri, Sanjana. Fine. Okay, so I think in CBSE there is no topic like periodic table, if I'm correct there. Periodic table used to be earlier. Now it is not there, if I'm not wrong there, right? 10th CBSE, I think they've removed that topic. Okay, fine. Good. And what about their, in ICSE board, do we have that? Okay. Now the next question I would like to ask is, how did you people write down your examination? Since I think few people, ICSE people, finished their examination today. And I think CBSE people have finished their examination 5 days back. So I've seen CBSE paper, it was simple only, very simple paper. Only thing is, I think physics board paper was quite tough. Am I correct? And for ICSE board, how were your papers? How you people did they perform in your examination? Was it good? Yeah, many people are replying. That's good. Maths more tough. Where, Joshna? Was it CBSE or ICSE board, beta? Maharashtra CBSE board was easy. So it's good anyhow, if things are easy. And I hope here only those students are, sitting who are really interested in studying and gaining some knowledge over here. Maths is tough, maths is always difficult, That's, I think, fixed in our mind that maths is difficult. Okay, so without any without any further delay, let us start off with today's topic here. And in this gift classes of chemistry, I'll be teaching you about the periodic table basically. Okay, and this periodic table is highly important actually for your entire chemistry. It's actually is the basis or the foundation for entire chemistry. So that much importance does it carry. Because if you do not know the symbol of the elements, then it will be very difficult to understand the chemistry or the reactions which happen between them. And many a times, reactions can be predicted upon based upon, where they are placed, where their placement is in the periodic table, right? How many electrons they can lose, how many electrons they can gain. Okay. So based on that, it will become much more easier if at all your fundamentals are clear over there. Now, the other thing I would like to ask you is, tell me how many total elements till date are there, like which we know actually. How many total elements are there? Any answer? Please type your answer there. I'm not asking about the trick. I'm just answer those questions. Answer the question which I am asking. Do not, kind of put the answer there and then ask the examiner to frame the question. Right? There are total 118 elements which are known, right? So the thing is, total 118 elements. Now, did you ever think, or else have you ever seen the periodic table? Have you ever seen the periodic table? How many, kind of columns you are able to see there? How many columns do you see? How many columns, vertical columns do you see there? Any idea about it? Pranita is there. 12. Not 12, beta. So many. Somebody is saying so many. Naveed is saying 11. And any random number which is coming, I think Draksha Sevani, that is 18. That's correct. 5 or 6 columns, somebody is saying, if I would remember. And you people are just, kind of given your examination and using a phrase like, if I remember, as if, some old age person is saying, then we can still, kind of understand. You people are quite young there. So the thing is, when a periodic table is there, there are total 18 columns, 18 vertical columns you'll be able to see. Now, have you ever given a thought, right? Why I have to, kind of put those 118 elements properly packed neatly in a periodic table? Why? Why? Have you ever thought of? Or else I would ask you a question and based on that you try to connect the things. How many of you have gone for shopping into a shopping mall? Or maybe, kind of DMart, or else it could be Ushodaya, or it could be any place. There are so many marts nowadays. All of you have gone? Majority of the people would have definitely visited, right? Now the thing is, imagine yourself, you are like when you enter that particular, kind of whichever Ushodaya or whichever particular mart you visit, you always know what you want and you simply go to a particular rack where it will be, kind of labeled toothpaste, or else, kind of there is soap, there is detergent, there is something biscuit, chocolates, like that, right? So it is much more easier for you to pick up the things from there. Okay. Imagine a scenario like this, that, kind of those store people, they feel very lazy, right? They do not want to arrange the things properly. Everything is lying as a heap of the substances there. Everything is lying as a heap of substances, right? Now, would you like to visit that mart where nothing is organized? Would you like to visit that? Would you like to visit such a kind of mart where nothing is arranged properly? In our home only, even though we do not keep it properly, but we would like everything to be neat and clean there. No. Why you are refraining yourself from getting into such kind of place? Because nothing is organized. Everything is haphazard. And it becomes difficult to, kind of pick up the things which you want. So similarly, imagine that there are 118 elements, right? And for each one of them, you have to study their properties and everything separately. It will be such a chaos, right? So poor scientists, these people have, kind of given their entire life for, kind of segregating the elements based upon their physical and chemical properties together so that it becomes easier for you to understand the chemistry of such kind of elements, right? And nowadays so many chemical industries are there. Everything is possible only because we know about how one element will react with another, what kind of compound could be formed. Nowadays in everything, whether it is textile, whether it is food, everywhere, right, you are having all the elements which are involved, right? Now, another basic question which I would like to ask you is, what are the elements composed of? Tell me, what are the elements composed of? There is a name for that. Every element is unique. What are the elements composed of? Atoms. Very correct, na? Sucharita, Sita. And I'll forgive me if at all I'm not able to read all the names here. Many of you are writing it correctly. So all the elements are consisting of atoms, right? So the thing is, atoms, you can say, kind of building block of those elements. Then the other question I would like to ask you, that is, are the atoms of one element similar to the atoms of the other element? I asked about element, beta, Jenny. I didn't ask about molecule. I said element is composed of. The atoms of one element are definitely different as compared to others. That's why their properties will be different, right? Now the thing is, elements can combine and form what? Elements can combine and form what? Dash. That fill in the blanks you have to tell me. These are all basic fundamentals which I want to ask you. Elements will combine and form what? Compound or molecules. Can you give me one example of molecule which is very, very, kind of, what do you say, very, very important for our survival? And our body is also made up of, kind of 70 to 80% of that. Water, very good. Drakshana, it's absolutely correct, it's water, right? Even oxygen, in fact, I said our body is made up of. So I was expecting the answer as water, and I'm happy to see many people have replied that. Okay. So the thing is, here everything in nature, in fact, our body is also made up of almost, kind of 6 elements, and those 6 elements are only combined to form even more than 1,000 compounds in our body itself, right? So these elements and their properties are very unique. Okay. So let us put the heading here as periodic table. Periodic table. Now I am writing here total elements. If at all you go for total elements, which you have already given me answer is 118 over here, right? And in case if you're not able to follow my handwriting anywhere, feel free to ask. Okay. And I hope the speed at which I'm going, you people are able to catch it, right? In case if somebody is not able to follow, please ask me, could you repeat it, ma'am? I'll definitely do it. Okay. Now the thing is, this entire periodic table, in fact, I'll write down this as P dot T. And in this entire periodic table, elements are arranged in basically 18 vertical columns. And these 18 vertical columns are known as groups. That means you will be having total how many groups? 18 groups. And basically, how many horizontal rows will be there? There will be 7 horizontal rows, and we will call those horizontal rows as periods. 7 horizontal rows, and that is nothing but here periods. 7 periods and 18 groups. This is the basic fundamental which you remember here, right? Good. Ramesh, Navina, Geeta, Raghuram. Good. And please keep on writing also. I'll be giving you a little bit of time also to write down whatever I'm writing on the board, right? Because I think after every, after every week, you'll be having a small test, and these notes will help you out. And if at all you write now, you do not have to refer to the video again for that purpose. Now, let us go for group wise here. Few groups we are going to remember, the symbol of the elements, the name of the elements, right? All those things we are going to see here, okay? Then, let us go for here group 1, and I'll be calling group 1 elements as alkali metals, but here I'm not going to, kind of write down the name alkali metals because of, kind of, I'll explain you about it in a while. Now the elements here, what are present in the group 1, it's better you write down something like this. Group 1 over here, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, then you are having potassium, rubidium and cesium and francium, okay? We'll be writing the name of the element and we'll also be writing the trick over here. Now the name of the element is, this is hydrogen, then you are having lithium, then you are having here sodium, then you are having here potassium, then this is rubidium, then this is cesium, then this is francium, right? Now the thing is, only for these elements, in fact I'll write down the other side, only these elements I call them as alkali metals. The position of hydrogen is actually a little bit ambiguous. It should be actually placed at the center of the periodic table. So I'm not going into much of the detail of it. At present, you simply understand group 1, we are calling that as alkali metals, but hydrogen is not a metal, it is a non-metal. Okay. Now, how would you remember this? Okay. So imagine that there are, your friend is there who is Lena, right? Whose name is Lena. Okay. I'll be telling you a small story which are connected there so that you can remember. So the thing is, there is one of your friend who is Lena, and she is a kind of champion of so many games. Sometimes it happens, few people will be, kind of champ at everything, whatever they do. Maybe academics also, and whatever sports they go for, they are topper over there, right? So Lena is such kind of person. So what you are telling to you are kind of amazed by that person, and you are trying to say that quality of hers to some of your friend, okay? So the thing is, you should remember here, you are saying to your friend, hey, you know that, hey, Lena knows rugby, chess and frisbee. 3 games. What are those 3 games? Rugby, you know that, the football ball will be, kind of round. Rugby will be little bit of oval rugby. Do you know that game? Vallabha. Okay, fine, beta. You have not kept your name like that. That's the reason whatever is getting reflected, I'm, just kind of reading it there. So the thing is here, rugby will be oval shape and a ball, and people, kind of playing that. Chess, all of you know, right? And it is in recent news only. And who has won that world championship in chess? Gukesh, good. Now, the other thing is frisbee. Do you know what is frisbee? Have you ever seen a kind of circular, kind of disc kind of thing? People will be, they will be standing in a circular form, and there will be one person standing in the center of that circle formed by the other person. And one of the person who is part of that circle or the ring will be having that, kind of frisbee, and he or she has to throw that, and target is the center one. Right? That's what is frisbee. So we are going to write down the trick here. That is, hey, this one is Lena knows rugby, chess, frisbee. Right? Please write it down. And there is one more thing which you are able to see here. For this potassium and sodium, their symbol is something else and their name is something else. What is the, sometimes, kind of there might be a mismatch between the symbol and the name there, just because few of the element symbol will be derived from their Latin name. Okay. So do you remember what is the Latin name for sodium? Yes, yes, Vallabh, you could be correct there, right? So the thing is here, I'm going to write down, and I hope every one of you has written. Please write it down. So it's better we can write down here, just below this, in the form of note I am writing, element and the Latin name. Wherever is required, I'll write down that. Element and the Latin name over here. So here element is sodium, that is natrium. That's why symbol Na. And then you are having potassium, which is kalium. Please write it down, and once you are done, please write down done in that particular chat box. Acha, how many of you play these games actually, rugby, or else how many of you play chess? Ken, that's what we are helping you for. Are you a CBSE student or what? Yeah, there will be, who is there, dragon, hai na? It will be same, but as and when time comes, I'll be writing below the groups here. See, one more thing, one more disclaimer I'll give you here. There is no compulsion from my side that you must remember this only. You people are very creative at your end also. You could have, kind of memorize the particular elements in a particular way. So that's absolutely fine, right? So it could be in Hindi, it could be in Telugu, it could be in English, whatever way you want to write down, you could. At the end of the day, only motive is you must remember the elements, their symbol and their name. Getting it? I hope, is it done here? Every one of you have written? Acha, somebody is saying in Telugu, hi Likita, Naku Rubidium close friend. I hope it is like, it means that you are telling Likita that Rubidium is your close friend. Am I correct? And a little bit of Telugu decoding there. Fine. Shall we proceed to the next one? You play chess, Sana? Shiva. Good. How does it matter, Dragon? Be correct. Is it your correct name? Because name is quite dangerous there. Yeah, somebody saying hi, hey, Leena ki rab se faryad. That's also okay, fine. It's in Hindi, but majority of you might not be able to understand that. That's the reason. Okay. Anyways, now let us go for the next one here. So group 1 is done. Let us go for group 2 over here, and I'll be calling that as alkaline earth metal in general. And here the elements are without me writing down the names, can you first tell me the elements? If at all you know, few of you might know the name there. Can you tell me BE stands for what? B stands for beryllium. Good. Mg for? Mg stands for, and I hope no one is cheating out there. Na? At least you are being honest there. If you do not know, fine. There is no competition like who is able to answer and who is not able to answer. So do not take pressure of that. If you know, then please honestly write down there. Yes, magnesium, then Ca is for? Ca is for? I think few people have written calcium. Very good. Then Sr. Sr is for? Sr. Sr. Please do not Google it or anything like that. If you know, answer it. Strontium, correct. Ba is for? Strontium. Ba is for? Ba. Barium, and Ra is for? Ra. Radium. So let us write down the name here. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, then barium and radium. Now here to remember this, a small story which I'll tell you here. Normally, suppose have you ever observed one thing in your home that when on the dining table something kind of good utensils come up from nowhere, you do not have any knowledge about it, but suddenly one day it is arriving on the dining table, then you get doubtful and that how come today I'm able to see this kind of utensils, otherwise we'll be eating in a normal plate and all those glasses, or else silverwares will not be kind of presented to us. Have you ever observed or come across that kind of phenomena at home? Have you ever come across like that? Yes, which is a regular phenomena, right? Now, when this phenomena occurs, when somebody, very important guest, is about to come to your home, does that happen or not? Right? So everything will be served in, kind of beautiful cups and mugs and the utensils there, right? Or the silverwares. So that's what is this thought about, okay? So it is here, beautiful mugs, right? There are like some beautiful mugs which your mother has, kind of purchased, your mother or else sister, it could be anything. Beautiful mugs can serve badam rasmalai. Badam rasmalai is a kind of sweet there, So the thing is here, are you able to understand that? What is the mnemonic here? So I'm going to write down beautiful mugs. Beautiful mugs can serve badam rasmalai. Badam rasmalai. Please write it down, and there could be any other mnemonic also. Time and again I'm saying, I'm not trying to impose that, okay, you erase one kind of mnemonic from your mind and you remember this only. Nothing like that, okay? Please write it down with everyone. Even though you know, please write it down, okay? Beryllium is not alkaline earth metal. What is the reason and everything? We'll come to know about that later on as the chemistry of them unfolds, right? You are very well having that in the periodic table later on extensively. Here in general we are writing, but you should remember beryllium is not alkaline earth metal. Beryllium is not alkaline earth metal. Why is it called as alkaline earth metal? Anybody know the idea or else the reason behind this? I'm not asking for beryllium, I'm asking for the others. Do you know? Okay, metals are extracted from earth. But all these metals, will they be found as, kind of in uncombined state or in the form of combined? Combined and uncombined state, do you understand? Combined means kind of alone it will be existing, not present with any other element like oxygen, hydrogen, like that. Like gold, if at all you remember, if at all you have ever seen any documentary, you might have seen, people at some places, people will be very carefully trying to extract or else remove, along with that sand and water, some gold particle will be there. So gold can exist alone, right? That is a noble metal. But when it comes to basically these elements, it's very rare. They're highly reactive. So it's very rare that they will be found in nature alone, independently existing alone. So they'll be generally found in the form of their oxide or hydroxide. So their oxide and hydroxides are basic. Magnesium hydroxide we write down. Calcium hydroxide we write down. I hope we are clear about that. MgOH twice, MgO like that. Barium hydroxide. So there basically whatever are their oxides and hydroxides, they are alkaline in nature, basic in nature, and they are found in Earth's crust. But when it comes to beryllium oxides, they are amphoteric in nature. What do you understand by amphoteric nature? Have you heard of this term amphoteric? 11th class level will come without whatever. Ken, you are time and again typing the same question. And the thing is, yes, whatever are the chapters which are given for you, it will be like, kind of 10th level only. It should be better understanding, application oriented will be there. Okay. And when you are attending the classes, definitely you will be benefited out of that. That's the only thing which I would like to say. I hope I clarified your query, Ken, over there. Right? So amphoteric, many people know there. Wonderful. So amphoteric means which can react with acid as well as bases. Okay. Shall we proceed to the next one now? So now when it comes to group 1 and group 2, we call this entire periodic table, if you see, that will be divided into 4 blocks actually. At present, you just take the names. What are the 4 blocks? Do you know about those? The 4 blocks? Do you have any idea about it? There is no compulsion. Even if you do not know, then also it's absolutely fine. We'll learn about it. Do you know what are the 4 blocks there? Yeah, many people know. Pranati knows. No problem. Pinni Shetty, is that your correct name, beta? No idea, fair enough. Yes, so there is S, P, D and F. There are 4 blocks, okay? Now group 1 and group 2, you just, kind of remember at present, how do we declare the blocks and everything? That is definitely part of your periodic table of class 11. You will be reading those things at length, right? At present, you simply remember group 1 and group 2, I call it as S block elements here, right? Hydrogen is not S block element. Now, let us go towards group 13. I hope people have finished writing that. Now, let us go towards group 13. The elements are boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium, right? So, I've already written the symbol of them. B stands for boron. Al is for aluminium. Then, this is here gallium. Then you are having here indium. And then you are having here thallium. Okay, these are the elements. Now there is something unique about gallium. Achha, do you people know which element in this periodic table, which is a metal and it will be existing as a liquid at room temperature? Do you have idea? No problem, beta. Pinny, it's absolutely fine. Mercury, right? Can I asked about a metal, beta. Bromine is a non-metal, okay? Now the thing is, gallium is having its, kind of melting point just above the room temperature. It even melts on your palm actually, okay? Now to remember all these elements, let us go for a simple small story here. So there is Ganeshji, everybody knows, right? And the thing is, we are talking about younger Ganeshji, so Bal Ganesh we'll be calling it, okay? So Bal Ganesh, kind of got lost, right? So now somebody has seen and kind of reported where they could find him. They could find him in basically Thailand. So I'll be writing here. These two will be together here. Thailand, Tollywood, anything you can remember that. Bal Ganesh in Thailand you can remember, or else if you want to remember Tollywood, he is visiting one of the sets of some, kind of movie where he is more interested in too, right? And group 13, I'll be calling that as boron family. So you're having boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. And here I have not included the newly discovered elements. We will definitely read about them later on period wise, okay? And you can have many more mnemonic here. Yes, somebody is writing bangan, aloo, gajar and thela. Any other mnemonic which you people know? One has been shared, that is in Hindi. You people can also create on your own. No, beta, no Pranati. If there would be, I will tell you. Okay. Sucharita, whatever are there in the periodic table in your syllabus, we are discussing about them. I know scientists are working on many more elements. But what is part of your syllabus, we are going to deal with that only, right? Now I'm going to write down certain elements of group 14. Now it's your duty to tell me the name of these elements. C stands for, this is a very versatile element. Somebody is writing for the previous one, Bal Gangadhar in Thailand. NH, Rukama, it will be included there, but only thing is, anyhow, for the newly discovered elements like oganesson, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, the scientists are still working on their, kind of their chemistry. So you should be very thankful that at least those elements are not there in your syllabus for reading their chemistry. Because once you start learning about S block, P block, D block, F block, you will say that when their chemistry will stop, right? So it's good. You should be thankful to those scientists that they have not gone into much of the, kind of digging of the properties of such elements. So definitely, kind of keep patience. Curiosity is good, right? But sometimes, curiosity kills the cat. C is for carbon, very good. Then Si is for silicon. I think many people have written that. And Ge is for Ge, germanium. Sn is for whatever, RK Singh, whatever you are, Vita, I think some parents could also be sitting here. I do not know, but I am assuming that all are students only. So do not get offended if at all I am using the term beta sometimes, right? Now here you tell me carbon, silicon, germanium, and then Sn is for tin, right? And Pb is for Pb. Pb is for tin is correct. Pb. Scandium is not the answer, beta. Kana, it is not the answer. Lead. Okay. So let us write it down here. Carbon, silicon, germanium, then tin and lead. Now here also there are two elements whose Latin name you should know here. For tin, do you know the Latin name of it? For tin, somebody has already written, I think. For tin, what is the Latin name? Ramesh has written stannum, very good. And for lead, what is the Latin name there? Plumbum is absolutely correct. So I'm going to write down a note here. Wherever it will be required, I'll write down. So element and the Latin name of it. I'll tell you the mnemonic in a while, so do not worry. So element is Sn, that is stannum. That's how symbol is coming. Pb is plumbum, right? Now the thing is, sometimes if a paper setter is there, and if the paper setter gives you, very tough paper, then what do we feel like to do? In majority of the cases, teardrops easily comes like this, because either we have not studied properly, that we were not ready for that level of the question, right? And or else it may be, kind of, maybe we have studied very nicely, it could be tears of joy, right? So anything, you are getting a little bit emotional, little bit senti here. So that's what is the small story which is behind here. That is, chemistry sir generates or else gives senti problems. That means he is giving such a kind of, paper by which you are becoming either overjoyed or else, kind of saddened there. So those could be, that depends upon your preparation, whether it is tears of joy or sorrow over there. So I'm going to write down this one. Chemistry sir gives, senti means sentimental kind of thing, okay? Problems. This is what is group 14, and depending upon the first member, we call this as carbon family. Please write down the things here. And there could be any other mnemonic also. Yes, you are from Maharashtra. So you'll be knowing, kind of, see, people are chit-chatting among each other. And poor parents, they are thinking that, my kid is studying. And that's what is the distraction of this generation, actually. Sanki word, people will not understand, those who are not from the Hindi background. So it's better, you can have your own mnemonic, not an issue. See, when you are doing one particular work, it's better to be focused there, and that will take you a long way in your life, right? Reason being, nowadays it's very, very difficult to avoid those distractions. And unfortunately, your generation is into that. But human mind is very intelligent. You should not become the slave of your mind. Okay. You should be the one, kind of who is kind of guiding your mind that I have to do this, I can control upon this. When I'm there for 1 hour, 2 hours for studies, definitely your attention should be so much that, okay, only 1 hour we are studying now, and that too also not heavy stuff. So you should be able to concentrate well. That's what is my suggestion over there. Please take it, right? That will be helpful to you in your life. Are we done writing here? Stannum, plumbum, everybody has written? That I do not know about it, beta. Mahesh, I do not know about it. You know, people will be telling you about it when will be the classes and all those timings. But as of now, mostly in the evenings. Now, let us go for group 15 elements. And I'm writing here. Now tell me the name of the elements here. I have written the symbol of the element. N stands for what? N stands for? N stands for what? Arey, who is writing noble gases? Arey, wonderful species out there. Hai na? Anything you people can do. We do not have to show that much of creativity, okay? N stands for nitrogen. Good. P stands for? P stands for phosphorus. Good. AS stands for AS. Astium, na? Some new discovery, beta. Sucharita, it's arsenic. Arsenic, good. And SB. 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 Not selenium, no. SB, antimony. Yes, Pujita, it will be. BI is for, tell me. Stibium is the Latin name of that. Ramesh, if at all you are trying to tell me the Latin name of SB, then wonderful there. What about BI? BI is? Sanjana, we are not going for silver here. What for you are writing silver, silver always? AS is not a symbol of silver, beta. Antimony, correct, lucky there. Then BI is for bismuth. Very good. So let us write it down here. So you are having here nitrogen, phosphorus, then arsenic, antimony, and you are having here bismuth. Now here there is one element whose symbol is different from the name here. So I'll write down a note. Element. And basically you are having here Latin name of it. So element is SB and it is antimony over here. Okay. Now the thing is, talking about the mnemonic of it, how many of you are Nani fans? Huh? Nani fans here. Natural actor. Nani fans. Many, I think many would be. Okay. Now, the next one is Prabhas. Prabhas, I think many of you know him, right? Pan India star there, right? Then, AS is for Aishwarya Rai. And how many of you know Salman Khan? And many of you, kind of many of the people lovingly, kind of call him as Salman Bhai, right? All of them are big star, right? So the thing is here, you should remember Nani, Prabhas, Aishwarya, Salman Bhai, है ना? So Salman Bhai I am writing so that you remember the symbol also, S and B. Salman Bhai, all big stars, okay? all big stars. Whatever I am writing in the bracket, humble request, do not make or discover the element on your own. That is only to make a sense of that particular mnemonic here. You can have your own mnemonic as well. Any other mnemonic which you know in English other than this? Hindi to we know that. Pujita, you do not know who is Prabhas, hai na? You have not watched Bahubali movie. Bahubali is such a kind of wonderful movie. You should watch out. Any issue? Voice is okay, na here? Is my voice okay? Yes, I think by mistake I've written here Stibium. Yes, that's correct. Huh? SB Stibium over here. Yes, correct. I would have told you Stibium only. Some printing mistake there. Are you able to listen to my voice? There should not be any issue there. Everything is okay, working there. Kindly respond. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, many mnemonic have come. Nice people always smile, be brighty, okay. And somebody has written, kind of Nani performs as Salman Bhai. That is also quite creative. It's good. You know? Good. So that's what I'm saying, that you people are more creative. You can have your own mnemonic. Absolutely fine. Okay. Now, let us go with group 16 now. And there is a unique name for this one, which is your group 15 elements. I will call them as Nictogens or Nicogens. Do you know why we call it as Nictogens or Nicogens? Yes, Geeta. Yes, you have said Stibium. That's correct, Beta. Very good. Wonderful. So it's good to know that people are not sleeping during the class. They're quite attentive there. Why they're called as, kind of Nictogens or Nicogens? Do you have any idea? Why? Acha, I'll give you a hint here. Nictogens or Nicogens are basically what? They are pungent smelling, kind of pungent or very typical order will be there. Okay. Now, the thing is, if at all you ever cross across some, kind of washrooms, so if they're not clean, you will be having, kind of, you cannot stand also near it. Reason being, you are having, kind of, the compounds there will be containing nitrogen and those Nictogens here. So, Nicogens or Nictogens, they are basically having those pungent smell. That's why they are known as Nictogens or Nicogens. And the thing is here, please rectify all of you, beta. I have told you SB is Latin name is Stibium only, right? By mistake, I had written antimony. Antimony is the actual name of it. Please correct it. Okay, nothing should be wrong over there. Okay. Are we done here writing? Then let us go for group 16 elements. Now here, tell me the symbol of the elements. O stands for? O stands for? O. Element O. Akshara, don't worry. We'll wind up the class soon only, beta. I can understand it's difficult to sit after examination for some class here. But I appreciate your, kind of your dedication towards your own career. It's good. O for oxygen, S for sulfur, good. Se for selenium, very good. Te is for Te. Tellurium, very good. Amruta, Ramesh there, tellurium. And then PO is for? PO is for? Anybody, please answer PO, beta. Polonium, Satya, very good. So the thing is, we are going to write down oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, then you are having here polonium, right? Now the thing is, the mnemonic for this is, kind of, you happen to go to some place. Let us say you reside in Vijayawada. You happen to visit Hyderabad. So you are catching a train there, maybe Vande Bharat train. Okay. Now, what happens is, you saw Salman Khan over there, right? And what did you see Salman Khan doing? Normally, we would not be expecting from a celebrity doing, kind of some work like selling teapots or something like that, right? But he was doing it for a good human cause, okay? So that's what you are surprised about. And you are telling your friends that what did you see there? Oh, Salman selling teapots. Selling teapots. Right? So it is easier to remember. Right? Any other mnemonic which you people know? Can share it. It was for a good cause. He has not become, kind of teapot selling guy. Only for a good cause he was selling it. Ogie sipped sugar tea from pot. Ogie, is it the same cockroach which cartoon you people watch? Huh? Am I correct, Lucky? Is it the same cartoon which you people watch? Huh? I do not know. Oogie the cockroach or something is like that. Oogie sipped the sugar tea from pot. Yes, okay. So I'm correct. Huh? Okay, I hope everyone has written this. Did you people write down? And that is also a good mnemonic because people, if at all they know the cartoon character, then to find, they'll be able to, kind of remember it. Old style C tells population. Okay. It's a cat, huh? Okay, fine. Anna. So I do not know the character. Anna. Thank you for correcting me there. Who was there? Geeta was there, Anna, because I do not watch that cartoon actually, but I heard the name somewhere. The only cartoon which is interesting to me is actually Tom and Jerry, the most intelligent one there. Does anybody watch Tom and Jerry? So if at all you follow that, it is quite intelligent. It's quite ahead of its time. But it's personal choice. It's absolutely fine, right? So you may like Oogie and the cockroach. Okay. Now let us go further with the group 17 here. And what is the name of this group here? I'll be calling this as chalcogens. Chalcogens means it is ore forming. Ore forming in the sense, you'll be having many metals we'll be extracting, many elements we'll be extracting. So those elements are extracted from the minerals, right? Or from the ore, we say that. So in that ore, these will be there. Normally, like, zinc carbonate is there, calamine is there. So there are, kind of PBS is there, galena, and all those things are the minerals from which, or the ores from which we extract these elements. Not these elements, okay, it's other elements. So oxygen and sulfur are normally part of that ore forming substance. That's why we call this as chalcogens. Okay. Okay, now let us go for group 17. For group 17, I am writing the elements. Can you tell me the name of the elements here? This is the last group which we are doing for today. Sanjana is saying, ma'am, time complete. We We are sitting as if your parents have put a gun on your head that no, you have to sit in the class for 1 hour, otherwise it will be gone. So you are telling me, ma'am, time is over. F is for fluorine. Cl is for chlorine. Then Br is for bromine. I is for, I think somebody has already written there. I is for, fine, but absolutely fine, Sanjana there. I is for iodine. Then At is for astatin. Good. So let us write down that. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and you are having here astatin. Now, if at all I ask you for the mnemonic, I'll ask you one very simple question. If I ask you, what is one of your favorite dish which is, kind of famous in Andhra? If at all, suppose if I, if I happen to visit, or else if I ask you that I have to visit Hyderabad, and what food I should try out there because I'm new to that place. So what is the suggestion which you normally will give that you must try out this thing in, kind of Hyderabad, which is the most famous there? Most common, most favorite? Biryani, right? Somebody guessed it correctly, right? Now the thing is, imagine you and your friends, they happen to, kind of plan a trip to Atlantic Ocean, okay? You want to go for a cruise. So we are very happy there, right? But the thing is, only for certain number of days, we can adapt to the food, which is, kind of not pertaining to like our taste buds. So suppose you are from Hyderabad or Andhra and or else Telangana, which you love, where you love your biryanis a lot, right? So suppose you happen to be in Atlantic Ocean, right? And you are missing your biryani a lot. So what you are thinking in your mind also, what if at all Zomato or Swiggy, these people can start off their services for sending biryani at Atlantic Ocean also. So that's what is the mnemonic here. So we can write down here first class biryani in Atlantic Ocean. Right? So you are thinking, how come if at all we can have this facility there? Because people are, kind of just food is 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away. Yeah, Hyderabad dum biryani, somebody is saying, right? Okay, so the thing is, now we have covered up to group 16, group 17 over here. And group 17, what is the other name of this? It is halogens. Halogens means it is salt forming. Right? Like NaCl is the most common one. It is part of the salt now. Somebody is writing floor cleaning broomstick is at hall. Okay, that is also good one. Lucky has written. Okay. Or else somebody has written first class biryani I ate. That is wonderful. Simple also. First class biryani which I ate. Good. Now the thing is, what your job is, tomorrow when I come for the class, I want all of you to remember the symbol of the elements, what is the specific group name, and what is the symbol of the elements here, whatever we have written, to which group it belongs to, right? At least minimum basic you try to do that, and whatever is remaining, we are going to do it later on, right? Hopefully you find this session to be interesting and useful for you. Make sure that you are reading. I can understand it's your holidays, but still you are reading a little bit. Gaining knowledge is never a waste, right? So hope you utilize your time wisely. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day.